Welcome to Stay
and Slay
with Mel
and Krissy. This feels like a TV show.
I know, we're so TV.
This new setup kind of makes me nervous. Maybe that's what the problem is.
Honestly, yeah.
This is too much.
I think it's too, serious.
Yeah, this feels like...
Because we're not on our couch. How do you guys feel about
Tana's
this
not in the
setup?
background.
Yeah. So let's be real.
What's real? Where are we going? Mel.
Okay, let's tell everyone the circumstance we're under right now.
We're in a time crunch.
We're in a time crunch. We're recording this.
A big one. We have less than an hour.
Big time crunch because we're going to babysit.
What are we talking about today?
Yeah, today we're talking about feeling alone in a lot of certain situations and anything, honestly.
Yeah, and everything.
Everything.
I don't think anyone experiences something that hasn't already been experienced.
Yeah. And a great example of that is when I was younger.
Oh, God, I'm scared.
My dad used to...
The cicadas. You're like, I don't know if anyone else relates, but
cicadas.
I love cicadas.
But so he used to just play the radio, like the sports channel. So
my dad still does.
Yeah, so I never would listen
I
to
actually
music.
listened to that this week with my dad.
Yeah, I still do too.
And it was all about the Bears making a new field, and I feel so cool because I know the lore.
The lore.
The lore on the Bears, and there's so much drama behind it.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll have to talk about it.
Yeah.
But so I saw this TikTok, and it was other girls growing up listening to Hannah Montana and Disney and whatever, and then it's me growing up, and the sound was the sports channel, and I literally was why did I think that I was the only one that has experienced this?
Yeah, it's also something I would never have thought of until I saw that TikTok.
Right. I just didn't even remember that was a thing, and then
do you know who Delilah is? From the radio? Growing up,
no.
It was a radio station called Delilah. And it would be
No.
Delilah? You don't know that?
No.
She's like us. She would talk about people's problems and give her advice.
What?
Yes.
No, I would either listen
and
to
no, I
sports
swear, every time I remember about Delilah, because I don't know if she's still around. She probably is. But no one listens to radio anymore.
People would submit?
People submit their problems and she gives advice, and it'd be found my husband cheating on me, what do I do? And then she'd give her advice. Advice. But I feel no one I know knows Delilah except my siblings.
Yeah. I don't know Delilah.
But that's these are silly examples.
These are silly. Right, this is so silly.
That was his mental health.
What's a real one?
A real one? I feel we both relate on the feeling that there's just sometimes when you're everyone hates me. You just feel no one really wants to be around you. Yeah, no one likes you. And the stupidest, I need validation way.
Yes.
But I feel until I started talking about that with other people, I didn't realize that it was something that other people felt. You know? Oh, it is in my head because it's in their head too.
Right. Yeah, we relate on that because I literally always feel not always. I just
honestly,
get in certain moods.
I have grown out of it.
I've grown out of it a lot.
When I don't even remember when it started, but when I
it's an anxiety thing.
It is.
Me.
It's intrusive thinking.
Yes.
But I don't remember when it started, but I do know that now, I feel I can save myself from that easier than I used to be able to. I guess
it definitely.
I don't really need that validation as much as I used to look for it.
Yeah.
In those moments.
Yeah. A good example is I used to, if someone didn't answer me for a while or something.
Oh my gosh!
I used to be Oh my God.
Or they answer,
They
like,
hate me.
short.
Yeah.
Like, you probably thought I hated you on my way here because I just couldn't text you, like, a full sentence.
But, like, I don't think that anymore, you know?
Yeah.
Well, with
I
you.
still have moments, though.
I have moments.
If someone's acting a little off, like, I'll take it personal until I remember that, like, sometimes people, like, have a bad day or are going through something and it's not about you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? But I've also, like, throughout the years, I would also say, like, I, like, handle my anxiety better, too. Like, I know... Oh, I'll let you get that out. Caffeine will trigger me to think like that, so I'll stay away from caffeine. Like, I do not drink coffee because I will go crazy.
That you kind of know what triggers it.
Yeah, it's like that, or like it's like down in the dumps, like down bad. I'll start thinking that way too. But like whatever you're putting in your body definitely like affects your anxiety more.
It really started like in high school, I think, because if people would hang out and like I wasn't invited or like big group stuff, I just would freak out.
Like I feel like the first time you're left out, it's like your first heartbreak.
Yeah, and then like I'm like, okay,
and then you just think,
everyone
why?
hate me?
But why can't I come? You know? Like why?
And it's like what's wrong with me?
Right.
But then I don't know. I think
something you said in the last episode that I rock with now is like.
What?
You're not going to waste your time caring if you're not invited because if they wanted you there, they would have had you there. And why would you want to be around them anyway?
Right.
So I rock with that.
Yeah. I think it's taken.
I rock with that.
Okay, so we can talk all we want about feeling like we're hated and like we're the only ones. Obviously, we know we're not the only ones. But how do you think you've gotten to like the place that you're in to not go down the rabbit hole of like everyone hates me? Because like with me, when I get really in that headspace, I just kind of like spiral because then it turns into like anxiety and I'm just like, oh my God, everyone hates me. Like my friends don't want to be by me, like whatever. And it just like makes me depressed because it like makes me spiral. So how do you... get out of that?
I'm no expert.
Right.
But I feel like I always remember that it's okay to be alone sometimes. Like, you don't always need to, like, be around people or be invited or whatever it is. And I don't know what else. And let me think about that. That was a really hard question.
Oh, sorry.
I think that if you just are aware of yourself and how you're feeling. Like, I think I have always been so aware, and that's, like, how I know caffeine will make me spiral. Yeah. And just stuff like that, like, being aware, like, whenever I have a thought like that, like, oh, no one loves me, everyone hates me, whatever it is, I just remember, like, no, that's your anxiety talking. Yeah. That's not true.
You kind of have to, like, talk yourself out of it.
Yeah, talk myself out of it, but also just, like, do something that I love to do or talk to somebody that I know will, like, reassure me that I'm loved, you know? Yeah. Like, I don't have to tell them, I'm having a hard time. But, like, just talking to somebody to remind you, like, they literally do love you. Like, you are loved.
I think something
or just even, like, thinking about, like, the people in your life and, like, what they do to show that they love you. Like,
right.
Like, if you're not feeling loved in that moment, think about what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, just think about the little things. And just let it keep you going. And it is okay to be alone.
Yeah.
And, like, it's okay to feel that way, too. But, I think that's just, like, a big, like, moment where you need to just, like, recharge yourself. You're probably overwhelmed. You're probably just going through it. You need to take a second. Be alone.
Yeah, so I guess kind of what you're saying is, like, you have to, like, reflect on yourself when you're having those thoughts.
Almost always, yeah.
Because I feel like I definitely am in that place now, but, like, back in high school, I think I used to, like, project that feeling onto my friends. And then I would be like, why aren't they giving me, like, reassurance? Now, my friends reassure me by, like, their actions,
Actions always speak louder than they would. Like, because if they wanted to, they would. And, like,
it's true. I have friends that invite me to things and whatever. So, like, I just it's really easy to just not go down
It's
that path.
all about focusing on like what you do have rather than like what you don't have. You know?
Yeah.
You know, and then
That's a great way to put it.
Also, like, talking to people about it, like, what you're feeling, even if you do feel like they can't relate or whatever it is. I had no clue other people felt that way until I finally, like, opened up about it.
Yeah.
And that wasn't until college. And, like, you know, I felt so good, like, knowing.
Yeah.
And I think that's, like, why it's so important to have conversations about like your feelings, like even when you're happy, like it's so important to just talk about it, make it more normal so people don't feel so alone all the time.
Yeah,
you always hear like you're not alone, but like why are people feeling alone? You do something about it. Like what?
Yeah, I think something also, yes, people always say like, oh, you're not alone, there's always help, there's always resources, but I guess the question is, why are people not feeling like going to those resources is easy? Mm-hmm. And I think that's the part that people don't talk about when it comes to mental health and like getting help. Is because these people feel alone because it's so hard to face the people closest to you and say, I'm struggling with these thoughts. I'm struggling.
Like being vulnerable.
Yes, being vulnerable and just like actually admitting to yourself and to your close friends and family that you need help. That's a really hard thing to do. Or just little thoughts like that, feeling like everyone hates you and like you kind of just isolate yourself because it's easier. It's easier than talking to someone and, you know, risking like feeling dumb or feeling worse or
or like feeling weak, you know.
Yeah, feeling weak. And I think at the end of the day, we all just have to remember, like, we're all human. We all have emotions.
Right.
Like, we're all going to go through something in life.
That's so true. Like, I feel like I've always, like, been the happy friend, too.
Yeah.
So, like, when I do have emotion that's not, like, happy, excited, and, like, I'm anxious or I'm sad or I'm mad, like, I almost get dismissed because, you know, I'm the happy friend. Like, it's not that serious because she's the happy friend. So I feel like, but also, like, you kind of carry that weight, like, oh, I don't want to show them that I can feel sad because I'm the happy friend. Like, I make people happy. Like, I don't want to put this on them.
Yeah.
Type of thing. But it's like, maybe vulnerability is okay.
Yeah. Vulnerability
Let's
is
make
okay.
it a trend.
Please, men and women, let's be vulnerable.
Yes, men especially. We really should talk about men's mental health, even though we're not men. We need to get a man to
we
come
need
on
to get
here.
a man. We need a man to talk about mental health.
I don't want to speak for them, but it's important.
Me either. It is a really important topic. Mm-hmm. But yes, I don't want to speak for them. And
any men want to be vulnerable.
Any men that want to be on the pod, let us know. Growing up, I have had anxiety, like, obviously we had a whole episode on it, but growing up, I've really struggled with feeling alone in my anxiety, especially in high school, because I feel like as we have been getting older, mental health is talked about a lot more now than it used to be. But in high school, it kind of wasn't, and I
feel like people only know about depression.
Yeah, like
growing up.
Here's my experience from high school. I feel like if you said you had anxiety, it wasn't taken seriously because it wasn't depression. And
not even just that. I feel like just no one ever believed anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no one believed anyone in high school.
Like, of course you have anxiety.
Yeah, everyone has anxiety, but it's like, no, like, I have been diagnosed by a doctor. Like, I do, I'm struggling, you know? Like, I don't know. I feel like people just...
I love when you're vulnerable.
Thanks. This relationship I had in high school, me and the guy, we both had anxiety. And he literally would be like, well, my anxiety's worse than yours. So, like, blah, 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 blah. Like, all this stuff.
My guy.
And I'm like...
People do that with, like, ADD, too. They're like,
yeah.
No, I'm more distracted than you.
Yeah. It's like, okay, what does that matter?
Like, why is it a competition?
Right. And that was, like, early high school. So I think that kind of set the tone for me to believe that, like, everyone else was going to think that way. Like,
true. Like,
oh,
yeah.
your anxiety
like
isn't real. Yeah. And then, like, obviously, like, I told the story in the in the anxiety episode about my gymnastics coach. And, like, he also said, like, oh, well, your anxiety isn't bad. And it's like,
yeah, that's
just
gross.
because. So I'm going to shout out Simone Biles, actually, right now.
Simone.
Even though she's not going to watch this, but hey, Simone.
Hey, girl.
She was on Call Her Daddy, and...
oh, my God, I got to watch it.
Yeah, you have to watch it. She talks about how she had the twisties when she was at the Olympics, and obviously go watch the episode. In gymnastics, it's really hard to have, like, a mental injury, because the twisties is, like, all in your head. And, like, I used to do gymnastics, so I know, like, if you are in your head about doing, like, flips and stuff, you're just not going to be able to do it. And it's like, okay, she compared it to, like, if I broke my leg, everyone would be like, oh, don't worry, get better, like, rest. But she's like, since I had the twisties and it was all in my head and no one can see it, she's like, if you break your leg, everyone can see it. But when it's in your head, no one can see it and no one takes it seriously. She kind of talked about, like, how she worked herself to the point of, like, she couldn't do it anymore. But it's like, that's why we're here. And that's why we're talking about mental health, because
it needs to be more serious.
Yeah, it just needs to be taken more seriously.
Right. It reminds me, like, the whole, like, battle to get mental health days, like, in schools and stuff.
At work.
Because, like, you know, if you were throwing up, it'd be like, oh, feel better. But if you're like, I can't get out of bed today, it's like, you're just lazy, you know? Like, you just don't want to go to school today.
Yeah. But people are, like, talking about their anxiety more and, like, being more open about, oh, how they felt in high school and stuff. Like, it's just crazy to think that I really thought I was the only one. And, like,
yeah.
It's just, it is reassuring now, but...
like, I guess I wouldn't thought, like, you threw up before school, too.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, like, it's cool. But...
did you throw up before the ACT? Because same.
Yeah, I would throw up before everything.
Now onto lighter, less
Segue.
disgusting topics.
Yeah.
Just know you are not alone.
You are not alone.
But now we're going to talk about our little things of the week.
Okay, well, first, what was your little thing of the week?
I have a couple.
Okay.
Can I or should I not?
Tell me, Krissy.
Well, first of all, I went to my first Cub game of the season with my dad.
Like, what?
We have season tickets.
I know. You guys are huge.
But it was really cold out. But I, like, look behind me. There's these two little kids running back and forth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this girl staring into my soul, this little girl. And her nose is, like, running because it's so cold.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hi. Like, she's smiling at her. And she goes, woof, woof. After I talked about barking at people, like, come on, that's so funny. Iconic. I know, I was like, was that a sign?
Was that a sign? And
my other one, this happened a while ago, but we haven't, like, recorded since then.
Yeah.
I was, like, on a walk with my nephew. We go on walks.
Yeah.
And I love when people hold my hand and squeeze it. Mm-hmm. Like, it's my favorite thing.
Okay.
Well, I have a lot of favorite things, but it's one of them.
Okay.
And I, like, squeezed his hand. He was like, why'd you do that? And I was like, well, it means I love you, you know?
Aww,
like, it means I love
cute.
you. And, like, we walk a little further, and he squeezes my hand.
Stop.
I know.
Oh, stop.
He just, like, loves me so much. It makes me so happy. I know. What was your little thing?
Mine was Starbucks had 50% off drinks on Thursday, so...
oh, my God. Was it the BOGO or was it 50%?
It was 50%. So I got a venti tea for, like, $2.
Yeah, you never get the ventis.
I never get venti.
She's so weird. I only get venti. To me, it's not the big of a deal. You know, like, it's only a couple more cents.
I never.
Like, one time I had a friend who worked at Jimmy John's, and every time I go in, he'd be like, just get the large drink. It's only 10 cents more. And ever since then, I'm like, all right, we're getting the large drink.
Yeah.
That's a cute one. I love Starbucks.
Yeah.
I think they're canceled right now, but
no.
I love them.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Don't cancel me. I had a good week at work, and I had Chipotle.
Oh, my gosh. Nice.
Yeah.
Did anything break your heart this week?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Tell me.
My
Vulnerability
dog,
is beautiful, okay?
I'm going to tell you. I haven't told you this yet.
Curly?
No. I know, thank God. Okay, so one of my dogs, I adopted her, and she's a rescue.
I'm scared.
And she has like internal parasites right now, and she just needs medicine.
Is it life-threatening?
No.
Oh my gosh.
But like her stomach hurt.
One of my friends has a parasite.
I can't talk about this.
I want to tell you my heartbreak.
Oh no.
We lost another student. He's going to a new school. But,
okay, yeah, like he's
he's alive. But it happened very fast, out of nowhere. And
why did they switch?
He's one of my trauma bond students.
Oh no.
So I found out today. And then he wrote me a note that said, I'll miss Krissy the most. He's not even in my room.
Stop.
And he gave me that note with his little heart, and he signed his name. And I was just
I
like, on the way here, I was like, wait, he's one of my trauma bond kids. Aww. And they're almost all gone. There's one left, and he's leaving next year.
Yeah.
So sad. We love you guys. We are going to post every Friday on Instagram about the little things of the week.
Yes.
And we had so many responses. This was posted like maybe an hour ago.
And we're
just blown away.
We're
like
so
you guys
happy.
rock. Like just love you guys.
Yeah.
So if you don't follow us on Instagram, go do that so you can participate. But we're both gonna read to this person. She says she got 10 hours of sleep last night, and I'm jealous because I'm so tired.
Wow. I wish I could have that.
Right, I know. Like I wish.
Someone said that they just got their hair done, and that's amazing.
I'm
Best
going
feeling.
Tomorrow.
Slay.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Best feeling ever.
But no one will know a difference.
That's a great one.
That is a great one.
Yeah.
Another one that I love is, I love all of them. That's my problem.
I know. And we love all of them. We're just reading them too.
I'm having trouble even deciding.
Yeah.
This girl said, my friend telling me I'm an inspiration to them.
Wow.
That's so wholesome and sweet and adorable.
That's so sweet.
So sweet.
No, that makes my heart happy.
And you probably are an inspiration.
You are a queen.
Stare into her soul.
One more. Someone said one of her students said that she was their favorite teacher ever. So cute.
Vulnerability makes you beautiful and strong.
It does. Well, thanks for submitting that, guys.
Did we want to talk anything about culture?
What's going on right
Yeah,
now?
like what is going on right now? Well, Alex Cooper just got married.
Let's talk about Alex Cooper's wedding.
Her wedding photos.
Her wedding week.
She also had such a glow up. She looks so healthy and beautiful and just amazing.
Her skin looks flawless. Like she looks
and I've never
so
actually
good.
Seen her husband ever because I don't follow her on Instagram. So I didn't know that's what he looked like. And I love them. They look so cute together.
Yeah.
And my favorite pictures when they're both crying and wiping their tears.
I just loved everything about her wedding. And
did she videotape it?
I'm sure.
Because I want to see it because I want to hear the little speeches and stuff.
I know.
Because they have to be hilarious.
I doubt she would post it.
Do you know who that guy was marrying them? He was
her brother.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Adorable.
I've been a Call Her Daddy fan since the first episode.
Yeah, I've been a fan for 2 months.
But it's honestly beautiful to see her and get married. I feel like she's my friend, even though she doesn't know who
I feel like she had as big of a glow. I don't want to say glow up, but change.
Yeah.
As Tana and Trish.
Yes.
We've seen them for years. Yeah. And we've seen them all mature. And it's they're making maturity the new thing. Yes. And I love that. Because now people will be more mature.
Yeah. I think it's also at a certain point, when you're on the internet and your brand is kind of being really chaotic. Mm-hmm. Once you keep getting older, it's
right.
Okay, how much longer can you be chaotic? Right. So
true.
I don't know why that came out that way.
Chaotic. You're a psychopath.
This might be a shorter episode just because Krissy and I are preparing for a very busy month. Mm-hmm. First, most important thing, it is our birthday month.
Yeah. Woo. If you don't wish us happy birthday, You're canceled. You're done.
You're done.
You're done.
May 12th and May 24th.
Yeah.
We're 12 days apart.
It's a good memory cue. We're 12 days apart.
Yep.
If you have a hard time remembering that.
Yeah. What do you have going on in May?
Well, honestly, you probably have more than me. I'll be honest. Because I think June's like one of the craziest months of my whole life. But in May, school's ending. It's the end of the year.
It's exciting.
My birthday, we've got, Mother's Day.
Yes, Mother's Day.
We've got, what other things happen in May? I'm going to summer camp for my birthday.
Slay.
I'm seeing John Summit on my birthday. I'm so
Summit.
excited. Oh, we're going to a Cubs game next weekend.
We're going to a Cubs game next weekend.
We're going to a Cubs game. But what do you have going on May? Because June, for me, is the craziest month of my whole life.
June is very busy for me, too. But May, I have... My birthday is on Mother's Day.
Oh, it is.
And I have to go to Atlanta.
Oh, I have a student who has the same birthday as you.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm going to be in Atlanta for my birthday because I have something else going on that weekend. So I have to fly from Atlanta to Montreal for work. And then I'm going to Vancouver for work, which is very exciting because then I'll have hit a lot of the big cities in Canada. Like I've been to Toronto.
Oh my gosh, you're a
I've
Canada
been to
girly.
Vancouver and Montreal. Canada's really nice. You guys should go. It's really close.
Yeah.
If you ever have the opportunity to go.
I liked the place they went on The Bachelor. Jasper?
Didn't they go to Montreal?
They also went to Jasper though, because I
Okay.
remember my parents talking about it. It was like that was where like the cabin was.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Canada's really pretty. I'm excited. So
That's fun.
yeah. Well, thanks for watching. Stay
And slay
with Mel
and Krissy, and as always,
stay vibrant. No, redo.
No, let's leave it. It's funny that you said that.
Okay. Bye.
Mwah.